everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are Your Bourbon Journey. Day 8. Day 8 to see whether or not our livers can survive another 16 days of this blitzkrieg from our bourbon room. Rebecca, talk a little bit about what we're doing and why we're doing it.
Well, I can't say why we're doing it. We just thought it'd be fun, but it's our first annual blind whiskey advent calendar. So every day for 24 days, we are tasting something blind to determine what it is. And by that, I mean, is it a bourbon, is it a rye, or is it American single malt? Most things on our list are bourbons, although they can be subdivided into finished bourbons, bourbons that are wheated, or your traditional rye mash bill bourbons. But they are from our collection, so we do have familiarity with them. We just don't know what's in this glass because of the way we did our sampling. Mm-hmm. And there are a few things in the samples that we have never opened or tasted. We did that for this event. And
that will be interesting when we come there. So
hard to guess something you've never tasted.
Here we go. Let's start off. Once again, we can't do color because it's red glass. The red glass is Thank You Bourbon Women. This is something we got at your symposium back in August. And
came in an auction.
Got them in an auction. They're actually pretty cool. They are pretty cool. I wish we had green ones too, make it a little bit more.
That'd be fun, yeah.
Anyway, let's take a sniff.
This is sweet.
Oh yeah, caramel.
Very caramel.
Confectionery sugar.
Are you getting some chocolate too? I mean, it smells like candy. I mean, it smells like a chocolate covered caramel.
I can't really get past the sugar. There is a lot of sweetness here.
I'm a little dumbfounded by that. So I don't know. It's kind of thrown me a bit because it could be finished and who knows, but it's very sweet.
Well, let's sip it after I've swirled it around. Cheers.
Let's have a taste. Caramel is still there. I mean, a very sweet, almost salted caramel.
I'm getting a lot of barrel notes in the back. I'm gonna try this again.
I'm getting, in addition to the caramel, I'm feeling like doesn't happen all the time, but this taste is following the nose quite a bit because I'm getting the caramel and I'm getting the chocolate, and it's very sweet on the palate.
Well, the chocolate you're right. Chocolate is definitely there on the taste on the front now.
And it's not like a mocha. We had a couple days ago, we had the New Riff single malt that was like the mocha kind of thing. That's not what this is. So it's perplexing a bit. I mean, one of my favorite candies is a dark chocolate covered caramel. That's what this is reminding me of. It's, for such a sweet finish, it's pretty long.
It is. It's kind of a dry finish too. Definitely pepper.
And I'm getting some nutmeg in the finish. Not really getting much in the way of a barrel note in the finish, which is interesting. But it's sweet. I mean, the barrel notes are sweet, like a sweet oak. It's really good. Do you have any guesses right now if it's I don't think it's a rye.
I don't think it's finished. A finished bourbon.
So
I don't think this is a single malt.
No, I don't think it's a single malt either. Because we know that the single malts we have more coffee notes too.
I'm going to say this is a bourbon, and I don't think it's wheated.
It's really hard to say.
This is a real tough one. We've been really lucky with a lot of our guesses.
Do you know what this reminds me of? And I know it's not what it is because it's not in our sample of 24, but it reminds me of the Maker's Mark Lost Recipe. In many ways, except the Maker's Mark Lost Recipe has mocha. This does not have the mocha. So I'm extrapolating that to thinking, could this be the Maker's Mark Heart Release?
Heart Release, that's a good guess.
Because don't you think it's close to that though, the other one? It's got some of those similar notes, which would make it a wheater.
Interesting.
Let's try it again. That's where my head went because I'm just saying, if you've not tried the Maker's Mark Lost Recipe Mocha Stave, we've about killed a bottle and we have a couple backups already because it was so good. But that is not in our sampling. So we know that is not what this is. It has been a really long time. I think the last time we tried the Maker's Mark Heart Release was actually with David Meyer from Glens Creek.
Yes.
We have not had it at home recently.
Yes, that was a super secret meeting in a super secret place. Anyway, David, hey.
So that's going to be my guess, I think. I think I'm going to guess that it's the Maker's Mark. I don't know because it tastes like something else, but.
Whether, I think that's a good guess. I don't have a clue. I would roll with that because of the chocolate and
the caramel.
I don't pick up the caramels much, but I pick up the chocolate.
Okay.
I pick up the chocolate, and there's a certain familiarity with it. But I mean, right now I'm more influenced by your wisdom and knowledge on the subject. Guys, you understand this, out there in Whiskey Tube Land.
I mean, the familiarity for me is it tastes like something we've been drinking a lot of recently, but it's not that.
Yes.
So that's why I made the leap to think it might be the Maker's Mark Heart Release, because we know that is in the sample.
So like Van Halen, you're going to jump.
Jump. So shall we go ahead and figure out what it is?
Let's go ahead.
All right. So this is sample S as in snake. Let's see what that is. We didn't talk about proof. I haven't opened it up yet.
I'm going to say it's 110.
Yeah,
it's got some.
We've had a ton of 110 recently in that range. I do feel it's kind of the 110-ish as well. So I didn't open it up yet, so I want to see. So it is a wheated bourbon.
Okay, well I was wrong.
No, a wheated bourbon.
No,
that would be Maker's Mark.
I did not think it was a wheater, but go ahead.
And there is no age statement, but it says 4 years at least because it's probably a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Okay, the proof is very close to what we said. It's 112.
Okay.
Let's see.
I think
we paid $69.99.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Is that what it was at the distillery when we got it?
I believe so. I believe I ended up paying $73 with tax.
Okay, so drum roll. Maker's Mark Heart Release.
You got it. You picked it.
I am, and honestly, it's not because I had this on my palate. It was because it was like a family member of what we've been drinking a lot of, which is the Lost Recipe.
Yes, the Lost Recipe.
I'm just saying, the Lost Recipe is really good. We did a video on that as well, and if you haven't found it yet, it's $51.99 at Costco, and we've bought 3 bottles.
Yes,
but that day we were there, we were able to purchase the Heart Release.
Yep.
And you picked that up.
Yes, I did.
And then very recently, we were in Owensboro, Kentucky, and share what you found there at a Kroger grocery store.
At a Kroger grocery store, they had cases of the Heart Release.
At the same price.
Yes.
And we were dumbfounded. We've heard from several distillers that in Kentucky, Kroger grocery stores are a major outlet for them. And we believe it because we got not this bottle, because this was an open bottle when we poured it into the sample, but we picked that up that day.
We did. It's very fitting. Whatever, you get really lit, you can go ahead and get the munchies and you can go ahead and eat and feel better.
Go to the grocery store and there you go. This is terrific. It's bringing back these great memories of our tour that day and meeting their distillery cat, Whiskey Jean, who sits on a fake laptop in the lobby area going into the bar, and she's just so cute. I'll probably have to put a picture of her up.
Yep.
So
pretty good cat. We are on day 8.
Day 8.
Cheers. Merry Christmas to all out there. And if you like this, please subscribe, hit that little bell, ting, and show us a little love. We would appreciate that. Have a great day. Cheers.
Cheers, Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark.